Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back here. We got some Claim to Fame bonus coverage. How lucky are we for a little midweek check-in on Claim to Fame? And of course, we are back here with the world's most knowledgeable Claim to Fame expert, Jenny Autumn. Jenny, how are you?
I still don't know how I feel about taking that title, but I
Yeah.
am certainly, very, very passionate about it. So I'm very excited for what we're doing here today.
Jenny is doubly accomplished. She's also the world's foremost Deal or No Deal Island expert. Did you see the big news?
Big room. Yeah, big news
Okay,
on Dondi.
But that's not what we're here to talk about today, as they added some other famous people to the Dondi cast. We're here to talk about the famous people and that now maybe more famous than the relatives, I think, after appearing on Claim to Fame. From last season, the ultimate Claim to Fame power couple. It's Olivia and Hugo.
Woo! Hi, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, put you all in the bit box, okay?
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
You fit so perfectly like you guys really framed yourselves perfectly. It's great. You did a great job.
Yeah, this is so nice from season 2. And I believe, is this the only Claim to Fame showmance?
I think so.
I think that Shane and Cole were like almost a showmance, but then
Oh my God,
things
no.
went crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So yeah, this is it. Okay. And so the king and queen of Claim to Fame are here to talk about season 3 and much more. How are you both doing?
Pretty good.
Doing great. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're so excited. We don't get to talk to too many people from Claim to Fame, especially a little bit like off the without like the Claim to Fame when the season just happened, so we could talk a little bit more extemporaneous about Claim to Fame.
Oh, that's a crazy word. I like that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what does that mean?
You'll see. You'll find out, Olivia.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Imagine that word with one of the spelling challenges.
Oh my God.
That would just be hopeless.
I know that. The thing is, I think the thing is just like when you're in the mix of the cameras, everything is like escalated. I feel like the spelling and stuff. I think even if you know the word, it just gets like jumbled up. But then it looks so funny when you watch it back. I feel like so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The pressure.
Well, great to have you both here. How are you enjoying Claim to Fame season 3?
Okay, you know what's funny? So we just like rewatched the last episode last night just to like get a little refresher.
Yeah.
And Hugo pointed this out, and it's so true. But it really is like there's no like tight alliances this season, which is such an interesting gameplay. You know
I feel like the meta like shifted in the show now, where I feel like it's kind of like in this season, it's like you just basically don't want to guess.
Yeah.
Because if you guess, you just go home basically, except for when Adam guessed Naomi, you basically just go home every time.
Yeah.
And I feel like at first season, I was actively trying to guess because I thought it was like a good strategy sometimes.
I don't know if you guys know that. Hugo literally every guess off would intentionally try to get in the bottom and then beg everyone, please put me as the guesser.
Did you know a lot of people, Hugo?
Honestly, okay, so when I was like Claim to Fame, my number one priority was honestly just like having fun and like just like making friends, because I almost like the first day in the house, I knew that I loved everyone in the house. I could be like friends with them for a while because the energy was just so great. And so my strategy was almost, instead of like being really cutthroat, I kind of just wanted to like get the energy, the good moods going. So I was like, my strategy was almost just like be in the mix, shoot whatever shot I can, just because it's funny. It'll get everyone like kind of on my side, protecting me too, just kind of being like a little like funny or goofy. But I think it was a pretty good strategy too. So I did try and guess like almost every time, because I thought
to the point
where
if
you're guessing you're playing
on my side
too.
and it's fun to do it too.
To the point where Gabe had to like pull him aside and be like, Hugo, stop trying to be in the bottom.
Like,
you need to stop.
Yeah, like I was trying to guess every time, like for real. It was actually crazy.
It's so funny.
I feel like the meta will shift back probably after this episode, because with the two of you both unfortunately going out with not being guessed yourselves.
Yeah.
And then like we all remember the Chris, who is Chris related to, and where that took us. It's then this season comes along and it's like constantly incorrect guesses.
Yeah.
And now I think that people are going to be really, really spooked to be the guesser after this.
Oh, totally.
I know, I agree. Yeah, I really thought Chris was Elton John. Elton John the whole time.
He is.
I really believe that.
He is related to Elton John. He's just lying.
And people like still ask me like about it like all the time. It's crazy. It's about
Just
Elton
like
John
an
in general.
American second cousin or something.
Mhm. Yeah. All
I
right,
love
well,
Elton John.
could we talk a little bit about you two? Because that your romance did not happen on camera, correct? Or was it just not shown in the Claim to Fame season 2 house?
I
We
feel
started
like there's
dating
multiple
after.
answers to this. Yeah, we started
Yeah.
dating after, but I will say I think
Yeah.
you don't see us talking much on the show, and I think it's because though we never really talked game together. You know what I mean? We're just
Yeah,
talking
mhm.
about like, life and stuff, and that's not really relevant to show in like a 45-minute show.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I feel like we during the show we had like a good connection, just like as like friends, or like
friends,
emotionally,
Yeah.
like enough to protect each other the whole time. Like I remember Olivia actually said like they trusted me more than anyone else in the house. Like the
I did.
second week, and it wasn't the show, which was like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But we were really tight, like pretty much the whole show. And then after, we just like kept talking basically, and then we like fell in love, and now we're like super in love.
Yeah.
Listen,
Wow.
I am a fan of the friends first. It's a great love story.
Yeah.
Because I feel like one of the only scenes I remember from your season that showed the two of you talking was I think maybe the episode that you went home, Hugo, and like you're actually like lying to each other too. So
Oh, yeah.
it ends up being so
I
funny.
can't believe Olivia lied to me either. I literally feel the
Sorry.
same way you feel. Like, I can't believe
okay.
she lied to me.
Yeah, it was the episode I went home because I was telling him I don't
Okay, yes. Right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know what's funny too when you think about this. What an interesting way to get to know someone by living in a house with them for I mean, we basically lasted 3 weeks in that house. You
I
know
know,
what
because
I mean?
I didn't even know if like Olivia was like your name. Like I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I thought it was, but like,
yeah,
you
when
can lie
I-
about anything,
when
so
I-
it's kind of lit.
So when I left, when you leave, you leave. Like you don't have time to like talk to anyone or hand anyone
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah.
And you had told me, you said like I wrote you a note. Do you remember this? But then I was leaving and you wouldn't be able to give it to me. So I remember you being like, how do you spell your last name? Because we didn't know if we were ever going to see each other again. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, because I
It's
want
just
to
so silly.
keep talking to you. So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Very silly.
You know, that's interesting that you were in the house together, you said for weeks. I guess in my mind, I thought that they filmed this in pretty like short succession. That in my mind, I guess I thought like each episode was a day. Is the filming schedule actually longer than it seems on the show?
Here's what I'm going to say. I don't know how much we're allowed to say.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, true.
we have like breached our contract sometimes. Like we got to stand by it.
Okay.
We didn't reach our contract. We just got more.
We just got
And we
one.
should have reached our contract.
But here's what I'll say.
It's unintentional.
Working in film, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting because I think that newer seasons tend to take a little longer, and then as people start figuring out their flow, it's faster. So I think because we were season 2 and it was a new house and everything, it did last a little longer, probably than production intended, but like it was good for us because everyone got to get to know each other better, you know?
Yeah, we had also had some days where we would do like a challenge, and the next day we do a guess off, and then we had some days where we just do a challenge, like right.
And then that night was a guess off.
And that was always my favorite guess off because it was like where everyone was just like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because then when you have max drama, you can kind of make like curate more towards what you want in the game. I feel like. So like the days where it'd be the challenge, then guess off directly is kind of just like those are my favorite days.
You were just always trying to create the most
Chaos.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
When I was the opposite on the show, I was like, you guys got to keep me around because I don't know anyone. You're gonna be safe because I'll never be able to guess anyone. Like we had such different.
I know. I would literally be like, I don't care if I'm on the show anymore. Like, and they would work. They would keep me on the show just because I feel like it was a more like genuine like friendships like on the show. If you're like I care about you guys more than the game, and then it would actually work in my favor. I feel like for the game too. Yeah.
Well, and because you did care about people more than the game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But I care about the game too. You know,
Yeah.
For sure.
So tell us a little bit about being part of the Claim to Fame alumni. Like, is there one big group chat with everybody from all the different seasons now?
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Yes. It is
It's
so
hilarious.
many people. It's funny because it's like so many people though. It's like such a big group chat.
If it gets too big, it's too chaotic, or
Yeah, like everyone-
Because when people just
factions.
leave, because like I have 3,000 notifications every
Every
second.
once in a while, you see like so and so left, and it's like everyone laughs because it makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
just too many people talking.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I will check back in every once in a while. It's really charming and very sweet, especially when at least for me, I'm sure you have the same experience. When our season started, everyone from season 1 made a group chat with us, and it was just really nice.
Oh yeah, it's fire. Yeah,
it's comforting because it's a new experience to a lot of people to be on TV for the first time and be perceived and everything. So everyone in season 1 was super kind, being like, oh,
for sure.
Just validating everyone's experience. It was actually lovely. So it's nice we can provide that to the next season too.
Yeah, I think every person that has been on the show has been like so nice. Like it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Like pretty much every person in the group chat is just like such a nice person. Like there's something like going on like the show. Like it's actually crazy.
There's something going on.
What's going on? Which is like nice to hear, because I also feel like both, all 3 casts, now that we're into season 3, have managed to find interesting people that are fun to watch on TV, are playing the game and making making things interesting and like wanting to, get into it, and are also not bad people. It's like, I feel like it's really hard. Like when you're casting for such a specific scenario, you need people that have a famous relative and are also going to be good TV themselves, entertaining, want to game hard. Like I feel like that's such a hard list of qualities to find. So I think that it's really special how like Claim to Fame has managed to come up with these really great casts.
Yeah, and I would add to that. I would say like I think it's also cool like the range of people they've found, because I feel like in our season, the first one and this one, there's like every person is like so different from each other on the show.
Yeah.
Like you never really like the two, like there's never really just been like 2 bros like going to the top. It's always just like every kind of like archetype of person like working together, which like makes the show like stand out and like cooler, I feel like.
Which is what I think sorry, I was just gonna say, like, makes for interesting if there are alliances. Like I know we're saying in season 3 there's not really a lot of that, but like if you look at like Gabriel and Chris, like people that have very different relatives from like different like ends of entertainment and eras, like having information and skills and knowledge of like completely different diverse topics really can lend itself to like great partnerships. And I feel like on this season we're just really not seeing much of that at all.
I think that's honestly like the joy of reality TV, that's especially competitive reality TV in general, because it really does make people from different ends of like the world and personalities and experiences have to work together. I think that's like the joy of it. But I do agree this season has way less alliances than previous seasons. But I also think a big part of that is because I think definitely good drama. Season 1, everyone went in not really knowing what the show was going to be about because there was nothing to reference. And season 2, we went in seeing one season being like, oh, like I went in not thinking like I was gonna, lie and backstab and stuff. I was just like, oh, I
did so much.
Stop. Oh my God. But and then I think this season 3, I mean, people went in, it looks like with a game plan, they were ready to play. So it's definitely a little more savage and like
more cutthroat now. I feel like they're way more cutthroat, which I like.
It's very cutthroat.
Yeah, it's intense.
I can respect the game. I feel like I like that.
I'd love to hear from the two of you about an idea of like, do you feel like that the alliances are based more on vibes, or do you think that the alliances come out of, okay, I know this information? Because I feel like in this house that people have so little or there's so many pieces of concrete information in this house. I wonder if that has to do with there being less alliances.
Wait, can I answer this?
Yeah,
real
go ahead.
quick?
Yeah.
I think there's 2 factors. I think it's vibes for sure, and I also think it's rooms, because they don't show like you're in bedrooms. Do you know what I mean? So the way the rooms were arranged, it's not necessarily an even number in each bedroom. So if there's only like 2 people in one bedroom, that might mean they get really, really close because it's just them 2.
Yeah.
There's 4 people in another bedroom. That might mean maybe they have more information than the 2. You know what I mean? So I think bedrooms are a big part of it, because ultimately that's where you're like, that's where it makes sense, where you're hanging out without anyone else to be there. There's already kind of an excuse. It's not sus that you guys are together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I also think it's vibes, because Hugo and I
think love is vibes.
We went into our show not knowing any celebrities. Do you know what I mean? But we still were working with people based on vibes. Not that we can provide anything.
And also I've never seen a reality show really until I went on the show. So I was just I was learning everything in the moment. So I feel like for me it was heavily curated by vibes.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got so many follow-ups, Jenny. So all right, I guess that going back to the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Do you all pick what bedroom you want to be in, or
It's not like Big Brother.
It's not like Big Brother.
No, I can't Big Brother.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like Big Brother. It's you get there and they already have assigned a room.
Yep.
So and they assign your roommate and stuff like that. So it's
Mhm.
they make the decision for you.
Yeah, I was with JR. I was with JR. Mine, it was amazing.
Were you only one, or was you 4?
Oh no, I was with my room was JR, Cole, and Travis in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for our room, there wasn't really a strong alliance within our room with all of us. Actually, I think at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Just because there was so much early tension, I feel like between like Travis and like Shane in the beginning, it kind of disassembled that alliance from our room.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I think like staying up all night with JR every night kind of did give me like a really solid like partner the whole show. So I think the bedrooms do help a lot. They can potentially help a lot.
And the cast is so I was just like, the cast is small enough, and it seems like the house is very big. So it's like baffling to me. Like, shouldn't there be so many spots to have private conversations? But it's really, really just taking place in the rooms.
Wait, the funny thing is though, there is a lot of spots in the house, but I think people forget there's like a whole camera team following you. So if you're trying to like hide somewhere, there's like 3 other people following. You know what I mean? Like you can't really hide.
Yeah.
They probably want you to have conversations in certain spots too, right? So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like me and Carson. So I was in a room with Carson.
Yeah.
And so I know I love Carson. But it's really funny because they have, even when you think you're not being filmed or that people can't hear you, they can hear you. Because I remember, we wore mics every day, and obviously, as well as people filming you, there's cameras, hidden. And it's so funny because I remember Carson and I would go to bed every night, and I would be tapping my microphone talking to her, being like, I'm being so like no one can hear what I'm saying because I'm like ruining the audio. And then it wasn't until like 1 week in, we saw our alarm clock and flipped it, and there was a mic underneath it. And I was like, oh my god, they could hear everything the whole time. It was so funny.
Actually, that's actually crazy.
I mean, yeah, they have every corner. Like they can see and hear everything, which is as they should. It's reality TV.
I remember there's one scene in our season where Chris was like listening through someone through the door too. I remember like there was like a shot of Chris listening to
the bar.
someone
It was the bar when they were at the bar.
So like sometimes you actually can hear people like plotting in like different rooms, which is actually crazy. Like you can hear something.
Oh, that's happened purposely in this season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Miguel.
Yeah.
People are like, Chakaby's outside. I'm like, oh, it's so embarrassing. But also like, why wouldn't you listen? Like,
we should talk about Miguel's huge play, by the way. That was amazing, honestly. I respect.
That's what I mean. People came to play.
Yeah, I respect.
Okay, what'd you think?
I respect Miguel's planted like the Banderas thing. That was like little like that was crazy. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the show's evolving now, where it's becoming something like Survivor, Big Brother, where like people are coming in kind of pre-planning how to like trick or backset people just to win. Which
I mean, we saw that with Miguel. I also thought that Gracie Lou this season was like a real evolution of the game.
Gracie was awesome. Yeah, she's really cool. Yeah.
Where she's not a country person at all. And we've seen like, okay, where like, okay, like JR is like, okay, everybody's going to think I'm a basketball player. I'm really going to play into that to throw them off. But yeah, he hurt himself. But she came in with like a whole different identity.
I love that. That's fire. Yeah, I want people to do that more every season. I want it to evolve where people are just like fully lying about everything. That'd be insane.
Yeah. I mean, what would you two do? What character would you come in if you could do it again?
Here's what I'll say. It's not worth it to me.
You're too much of a personality, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if I really wanted to win the show, though, I would have acted conservative because I would have had a conservative politician relative.
Yeah.
And if I'd acted like I was Trump's son, if I really leaned into it, I could have gotten further, or Trump's grandson, whatever. But it wasn't. But I love my family too much. It was hard for me to like lie at that big a scale. But if I were to redo it with a bloodthirsty like. If I really wanted to win, I think there's some strategies like that you can win. And I think if people do that in the future where they really like lean into a character, I think it's an awesome strategy.
Yeah. That's beyond like just lying about like where you're from and like like that's a full like personality shift.
Yeah. I would love to see people do that in the future. Like Gracie did some. Like I think that's so cool.
You know what's funny? For me, when I went into it, the producers do a good job being like, hey, if you could be related to someone else, like try to organize your clues in that sense. Like they're good at like giving you a little bit of advice beforehand. And what's ironic is that one person we talked about me possibly being related to was Molly Ringwald, because I grew up with everyone saying, you look so much like Molly, just because I have red hair though. It's not actually look alike. So it's so ironic that was someone I might have alluded to. And then, spoiler, that's in this season. Isn't that crazy? That's such like an ironic
Because we're hearing names come up that have come up in previous seasons too. I feel like it's kind of the meta is continuing.
Yo, yeah. I also feel like there are some similarities with not like how they act per se, but I think like Adam and Chris both being targets in both seasons have some overlap.
Yeah.
But I also feel like the show is so centered on everyone like hating on Adam, which wasn't happening with Chris at all. Like everyone loved Chris, and I think Adam's really cool. Hopefully everyone loves Adam, but I feel like there are some similarities to how they're being like targeted right now.
That's something we talked about because we feel like everyone's targeting Adam because
I feel so bad for him. Like,
the logic is because they're saying he's not like providing much. But what's so funny is two things off that. One, Hugo and I were people who like didn't provide anything to anyone. Not
I get entertainment.
Exactly, not out of intention, just because we don't know pop culture like that. But two, there's some scenes where he does provide information, so we're like, it must also be like, I don't know, they must just think Adam's annoying.
I know. I think something else would happen too. It's crazy.
I think so too. Right? They're just.
I think when someone's frustrating you, you pick up things that you maybe wouldn't be nitpicky about on other people because it's you just see things that bother you. So it could be a little bit of that. But I had the same thought about Adam early in the game. I was like, he's giving me kind of Chris vibes, but Chris was completely different in that he was like actively like, trying to figure things out, playing,
Chris was playing
hard,
yeah. So funny.
That was amazing content. It was so fun. So fun trying to get Chris.
It's so funny.
But yeah, I feel like there's a lot, like almost every episode now, it's just about how everyone is like dogging Adam. Like it's crazy. There's a lot of that going on, I feel like, in the show right now.
Yeah,
they don't know him.
Something's on my back. It's a target.
Target on my back.
That's funny.
It's a good line.
But I understand what you're saying, Jenny. Like, at this point, he could probably breathe wrong and people would be annoyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
true. I feel like they're also probably not. We probably don't know everything behind the scenes about all that, the relationships and stuff too.
Totally.
There's definitely some more stuff going on. I feel like it's interesting.
Hugo, you said earlier that you had never seen any competition reality before this. I'm so curious to know, how do you two both end up on Claim to Fame?
Yeah.
This is something Jenny and I have wondered for a while.
Yeah, I thought it was one of my best friends was tricking me because I got like an Instagram DM and it was like exactly something one of my friends would do. Like it fit like it fit his like pattern of behavior in our lives to like be like, go on the show, and then he's just like trolling like it's not actually a real show. So I got a DM and they reached out and they were like, we'd love to talk to you about the second season of the show. And I thought it was fake, but I did anyway because I thought it'd be funny, just do it. And then I did like a little mini interview, and then I still thought it was fake. I was like, okay, I guess it's real. I just keep sending it. My mom was like, oh, that'd be cool if you did that. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But I just kept interviewing, and then from the DM it just grew, and then I was in like the house. I'm like, this is actually insane. It's so fun though. It's crazy.
Did you get to watch the show before? Like, did you watch season 1 going in? So you went in like completely.
The strategy behind my moves are like, my strategy for that was I wanted to act like I didn't want to act like a different player. I wanted to bring my own pizzazz to the game and get people like thinking, get people like, this guy's acting so new,
coming in fresh.
You don't know how to treat him exactly.
You're just
like,
like,
we wanted to go far.
That's crazy.
Like I really,
it's not a bad idea. Because if you're trying to model things after other people and what they've done, that can really screw you up. So like sometimes it's probably just come in.
You can also know what game you're playing. Like we literally had no idea. It was hilarious.
I know, it's crazy. Funny. I wanted to. My goal from the beginning of the show was just like literally make my friends laugh, and then I was saying, as the show went on, I fell in love with the people. And then I did fall in love with like the unique strategy bits that I was thinking of as it was going on. So I would say that I honestly think that not watching season 1 or that much of it really did help my game, because I wasn't like trying to copy like Logan or like LC's gameplay of like being on it. But like my own strategy was so fun. The video was so different. It was just a fire.
I literally was like, I'm gonna study the game. I was doing like Celebrity Jeopardy online because I don't know celebrities. Like, but I had the same experience where I thought it was something different. So I work in film as well. So when I was contacted to be on the show, I assumed I'm a DP in film. So I assumed it was to shoot the show. So
yes. Wow.
Yeah. So that is the only reason I took the call. So cool. And then when the person was talking to me, it didn't allude to being on the show until like near the end of the call. And it worked out in my life because I had just finished shooting a reality TV show. So they were like, oh, do you enjoy reality? And I was like, oh yeah, I just did one. Like, and they thought they meant I was on one. Like, it was so funny.
That's crazy.
And then it wasn't until the end when they brought up like oh, so just want to make sure like you like being in front of the camera and blah, blah, blah. And I realized, wait a second, this is not a crew call. This is a casting call. And so I
You're like on the show. It's insane.
Yeah, I very subtly was like, oh, just want to make sure. So this is like casting, right? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I love. And honestly, between you and I never had planned to be on TV or be on the show. I genuinely went through the casting process because I want to be on Survivor. So I was like, let's see how.
Well, you're in the right place, Olivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the place for Survivor, RHAP.
Yeah.
I mean, God, I'm obsessed with Survivor. That is truly the one show I'd really want to be on. But that's why I went through the casting process. Like Hugo mentioned, they like record an interview with you and they cut it up and send it to their producers. So they have like, you know, a roster of people for them to pick from. Yeah. And I did the interview, immediately opened like photo booth on my computer and just like regurgitated everything they'd asked me and used that to make a cut to send to Survivor. Like I was just like,
oh, that's crazy.
This is just the learn
what was your pitch for Survivor?
So my pitch, my pitch was like, you know, it's funny because it's so different than Claim to Fame because
we know.
I just feel like,
I know, bro.
In real life, I'm much more like outgoing and extroverted and loud and exciting. Yep. And on Claim to Fame, I really played like a low, quiet game just because I didn't have anything to provide to people information wise. You know what I mean? So the pitch was super different. I mean, my audition tape for Survivor literally starts with me hanging backwards from a pull-up bar. Like being like, what up, guys? Like it's so different than how I
did you watch the most recent season, Olivia?
Yeah, I did.
Do you feel like Kenzie took your spot?
You know what's funny? Okay.
Oh, Kenzie's the redhead?
Yeah.
I intentionally told my friends, I was like, if I ever get on Survivor, I'm going to dye my hair brown because I think red like attracts too much attention and I don't think a redhead can win. And then when Kenzie won, I was like, well, now I'm definitely dying.
Here comes a tattooed redhead.
I'm like, God damn.
Also, I feel so bad for Charlie, dude.
I know. Charlie got screwed.
That was crazy
Charlie
drama.
Got screwed, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I love.
There's always Survivor 50. Like
Survivor 40 several coming up next.
Survivor 40 several, yeah.
About Survivor, I'm a Banu fan of Survivor. I think Banu.
Oh, you're the one.
That tracks. That tracks, Hugo.
Yes.
He wanted a million hearts.
He's so funny. I love watching a good just like person who just like doesn't care about what like people think about him.
You know what's funny? When I watch reality TV, I feel like I'm rooting for people that I think in real life I would be friends with, and you're just rooting for the most like chaotic person there, which makes sense. It's
I love people who are really themselves like on the show. You can just like see like they're just
Banu can help but be himself. He won my heart too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Banu won
a million hearts. Yes.
See, you got a couple at least. So.
Yeah. You two really do know your stuff. You're not posers.
I'm into reality shows after Claim to Fame. I started watching so many shows.
Yeah, he got addicted to Big Brother after Claim to Fame.
Okay, how did that happen?
I want to go on Big Brother. Leaving us to Survivor. I want to go on Big Brother so bad.
You would kill it on Big Brother.
I think the way I got into Big Brother was right after Claim to Fame. Me and Olivia like went to New York. It was like a month or two after Claim to Fame ended.
Yeah, because we're long distance. We don't live together.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like when I asked Olivia to like be my girlfriend and stuff. We were in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Hugo, where do you live?
I live in Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm about to move to LA though. I think I'm moving to LA. Shortly.
Okay.
Which would be sick. You know but we were in New York and we were just talking about like the show and stuff like we always were. And Olivia was talking about Survivor and I was like, okay, Olivia wants to go on Survivor. I don't want to go on Survivor because like Olivia wants to do it so bad. Olivia will be pissed.
I was like, you can't go on. It's gonna ruin my chances.
So that's how it started. So it's like, okay, I'll look at Big Brother because I feel like it's kind of similar. And then I watched season 7 of Big Brother with Dr. Will and Mike, and I was like, this is like the best thing I've ever seen in my like. This is my.
You jumped right into Big Brother All Stars.
Yeah, that's the first thing I watched. I was like, this is the best show I've ever seen in my life. This is like blowing my like the fact that like Dr. Will didn't like his whole shtick was like not caring about the show.
Oh, it's actually insane.
I was like, this is me. Like, this is like such good. Like, I love watching this gameplay.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's like, I can't think of anyone I hate more.
I literally like
that's crazy.
That rung a bell. Like that hit my soul because like I felt like that on Playing the Game a little bit, where I was like, my gameplay was like not overly the game, but it actually worked in my favor for a lot.
Yeah.
No, Hugo, I could see you in the diary room because there was something about how you would sit in the chair when you would do confessionals. And it's so funny because I would talk about it when we were podcasting about it, how you were like almost like reclined in the chair, but it like gave off this like confident energy that was really entertaining. And I see Shane doing it in this season. It's really interesting. Like I'm like, is this like a really like far back chair? But your confessionals from Claim to Fame just felt very like Big Brother diary room energy to me. So the vision is there.
I swear to God.
And we would get back from the diary room or not the diary, whatever, the interview.
We call it
we'll call it the diary room, whatever.
Yeah.
But we would all get back and everyone would be like, oh, what'd they ask you? How'd it go? Whatever. And every time we talked to Hugo, he'd be like, yeah, I like pulled my shirt off and flexed. And we're like, what is going on? Like you had such insane answers every time.
Yeah, Carson would be like, Hugo, what'd you talk about? I'd be like, yeah, I was just like roasting you the whole time. She's like, okay, that's fun. Just in the interviews. Those were so fun. I love those. So fun.
Okay. I've got another claim to fame question about how it all works. Something that Jenny and I have been trying to figure out for 2 years. Okay. Is everything that's on the clue wall a clue, or is there like a bunch of stuff that's just junk on the clue wall?
Prop room.
Right?
I think some of it is misleading.
Some of it is junk. Some of it is junk.
Yeah.
Some of it is misleading. I feel like
do you ever get that? Like, who was the frisbee? We were all season. We wondered of the frisbee. Yeah.
The bunny.
Oh, okay.
Did you get to keep it?
I took it.
Ah!
Just rip it off.
Legally. No, I feel like they were gonna,
like after the show, like after after you left.
The day we were leaving, because I knew they were gonna throw it away, and it's a harmless little bunny. I wanted to.
Oh, it's cute.
She's production. She's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot. What were they gonna do with that?
Yeah, now it's on my fridge. It lives on.
I feel like, but yeah, I feel like that's so funny. I feel like a lot of the clues were there to be misleading.
Totally.
And I feel like the clues for me were pretty obvious. I feel like in the show. So
yours was like vote box. We're like, okay.
I know, because I feel like on our season there was no other politicians, so like every clue that was geared towards like being a president or like voting
it would be
or
kind of
anything
crazy
like that was
if
just
they had more than one politician.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I can't complain about
it was
that.
great. They had Molly Ringwald and John Cryer that were in a movie together.
That's true.
This season, it feels like there's a lot of like connections. Like we've been talking about how like there's clues that you could apply to multiple people. So maybe that's like the direction we might be going, where it's like we could see, 2 different politicians, relatives, or like just kind of make it a little bit more fluid and have it not be so obvious when you're guessing.
On our season, we had 3 different celebrities connected to Masked Singer. Because we
that's right, yeah.
The judge, and then we had Nick Cannon, who's the host, and then I'm pretty sure Donny Osmond was on it. So it's like there were so many people connected to, which is so funny too, because I'm sure all of us were trying to like push that on someone else, and the irony was it did belong to multiple people. So
it was on you guys. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
Do you this new season? Do you feel like you know who everybody is?
Okay, honestly, I'm gonna say something. Oh, do you mean like? Well, here, I'll just say this. Wait, sorry. Do you mean like we figured it out, or do we know who the celebrity is after we know
but I guess both of those are good questions. I was specifically asking, do you feel like you have figured out everybody that's left in the game? Not do you know who those celebrities are? But we'd love to know that also.
Specific to us too. That question specific to me and Olivia, because
we have this running joke that every time they announce a new celebrity, we go, "That's a made-up person," because we don't know anyone. Like
the good thing is, I know lots of rappers and athletes, so I did know JR was a very good one for me to figure out at the time.
But in this current
season. But so in the current season,
okay, let's go through it. Okay, Robin Roberts. Did you know who that was?
No, I honestly didn't, but I've looked. She's actually really cool.
She seems sick.
She actually is really cool. Yeah. My mom loved Robin Roberts, so after I told her, she was happy about that.
Okay. Yeah. What? John Stamos.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the biggest one I freaked out, because also I had no idea. For Jill, I had absolutely no idea.
I would never have guessed John Stamos.
We had no precedent for that, so I was like, "This is so cool!" Like I love seeing her.
You said we have no precedent for that.
Pardon?
Did you say we have no president for that?
Okay. Me and 10 years.
Yes. All right. Then John Cryer. Did you know John Cryer?
Nobody's so cool though.
I do know him, but I would never have known his name.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
From 2.5 Men.
Like if there was like a 2.5 Men clue that you got, like you wouldn't be able to come up with his name.
I would only
for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then like the thing is, like with a lot of the famous celebrities, after I realize who they are, then I realized like they're sick. Like John
Oh
Carter's
yeah,
beautiful.
he's insane.
I shouldn't know anything about school.
He's crazy, and I love Tracy
I'm
Liu.
not gonna
Also
lie.
love that he was so down to make an appearance. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more of
Yeah.
that, bro. Wish I
Picked
could've
him
done
up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jamie Lee Curtis. Do you know who Jamie Lee Curtis is?
that. Yeah, she's on Halloween, right? Halloween.
Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Jamie Lee Curtis. Also, that's insane that Miguel and her look so different. So hard.
Again,
Well, it was
never.
genius.
I love
Yeah.
it. I know. Oh my
Never.
god, yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I think Miguel
Okay.
could have like totally. Miguel
He
could
was
have won.
robbed for sure. He was killing it. He would have won.
I think he could have won the show if he just. I think if Miguel had laid low.
Yeah.
Which is like hard. It's definitely hard to not play to your true style. I feel like, but if he
Yeah.
had laid low, I think he could have totally won. I think.
Okay. We talked about Molly Ringwald. Now, Hugo, did you know Molly Ringwald?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Michael Jackson. You knew Michael Jackson, right?
You know Michael
Yes.
Jackson, yeah.
Okay.
I
All
want
right.
to mention about Michael Jackson is I feel like even
Yes.
seeing the Clue Wall from home, I wouldn't have been able to figure out Michael Jackson from the Clue Wall. Like I really feel for these people in the show right now because like I feel like just looking at like the Clue Wall right now and knowing Michael because I knew it before just because I heard of Siggy before. Like I knew he was Michael Jackson, but even just seeing the Clue Wall, I couldn't have deciphered that from the Clue Wall. Like
Yeah.
it's so
Well,
like
Adam was saying there was
respect
no
you
Michael
and-
Jackson clues. He said there was so many Randy Jackson clues, but there's not.
Yeah.
So
And I was like,
you might be onto
I
something.
hear it. It does look like with the
yeah,
with
like
the
to us, that
microphone.
might sound insane, but to us, I'm like, yeah, we probably would have thought the same
Yeah.
thing, like in the house.
Well, also too with I think
Totally.
after what happened our season with Carly, that immediately we were able to get one person out,
They
which
might have
Mhm.
changed
I'm
it
so
for
happy
rumors.
you were able to stay longer. But I think they really made sure having someone as big as Michael Jackson, they couldn't just make it so obvious. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
It's
Tom
valid. That
Hanks,
makes it total sense. Yeah.
I mean, we saw
The
the
bench.
wall for like what, maybe 8 hours, and then we guessed Tom Hanks.
Yeah, the bench was
so,
for Tom Hanks.
yeah. Also, Carly was acting mad sus, so it made sense why it had to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But there's 5 people left.
Mhm.
There's
But
Shane, Mackenzie, Hud, Danny, and Adam.
Yes.
Do you feel like you know who everybody's celebrity relative is?
No,
Okay.
genuine, we have no idea.
I don't.
That's
yeah,
fun. I love that for you guys.
Yes.
thinking about. I think I know. I think Adams. I think I know Adams. I think Adams makes sense to me.
Okay.
I don't know.
What do you What do you think?
I think because I know what his. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm almost positive I'm right. So should I say it or should I just not? Should I not say
I think we've talked about it on the show.
Oh, we've
who
been
we
talking
think.
all
Yeah.
about
Okay.
it.
But
So,
he
yeah.
sounds like Michael Bolton. Adam sounds like
Mhm.
Michael. His talking voice sounds like Michael Bolton singing.
Yeah.
See, I don't know what
All the
Michael
voice.
Bolton's talking voice is. You think you think
hey,
Adam's
it's me,
talking
Michael
voice?
Bolton. Hey, how are you?
So Adam's talking voice sounds
Jenny.
like Michael
Very
Bolton's
good, Rob.
singing
Yeah.
voice.
I think he has like the rasp. I think from what I remember of Michael
Okay.
Bolton, like the
I guess
rasp.
he is raspy.
I'm like, bro, I can see that for real. I can see that. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's got like a similar like long face also
Yeah.
for as
We
Michael
just need to
Bolton.
see you in with long
Got a
hair.
pointy chin.
If I was in the house, I would say Owen Wilson 100%. I can't like Adrian. guessed it.
That's what Dietrich said.
Me and Olivia would talk about it, and we'd be like, "Oh, it's Owen Wilson," then we guess that for sure.
Yeah.
So.
There
Mhm.
was the whale and the sun on the
Yeah.
clue wall. So
That's
Whale
iconic.
son.
Okay.
It's iconic. Yes.
Yeah. All right. How about Danny?
Danny's my favorite player is Danny. I feel like me and Danny
I
would
love
have an
Danny.
alliance.
Yeah.
'Cause he has
Yeah.
great energy, and I love he just says whatever he's thinking. So I'd be boys with Danny for sure if I was in the show.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think I could definitely see you and Danny hanging out. Like he's
Yeah.
got very, very good positive energy as well, I feel. So
And like when they showed like the previews of the show and stuff, like their Two Truths and a Lie and stuff, I thought that Danny was gonna be Action Bronson's brother. And
Yeah.
now
that's
I
so
think-
funny. My partner has been saying the exact same thing.
Really?
He's like, yeah, he's been like Action Bronson. This
Yes.
is like, yeah.
I love
So
Action Bronson. I get literally excited because like he actually looks a lot like bro. Like
because he got the New Yorker thing, right? Like
When he
he's
said New York,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's gotta be Action
The
Bronson.
way they talk and everything, it's so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so funny. Yeah, yeah. No, I've been talking about that with my partner. He's like,
That's
he's
crazy.
giving Action Bronson.
That's
So,
fine. Yeah, no one
Yeah.
else said that. I love it.
Accurate guess too.
I love it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I could see that.
saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And Danny, they were talking about Mark Anthony on the show this week. Are you buying that? Sounds good. Makes sense.
do you know who Mark Anthony is?
All right, made up
Yeah.
person. We don't know.
He's made up.
He was married. He's like a very famous like Latin singer. He was more famous in North America like in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
But he was married to J-Lo for like several years and they have kids together.
Oh,
I
and
listen to some of his songs too. They're pretty good. After that,
that low J clue. I mean, that's genius.
That clue was beautiful. That was a beautiful. That's my favorite clue ever. Besides my clue.
Hanging off of the wall, like not
Yeah,
even.
it looks so aesthetically pleasing.
I'm just like, that's really good set design. Great job, guys. It's so fun.
Good work. Okay. We got HUD. How you feeling about HUD?
I like HUD. HUD seems cool.
HUD seems like a great guy. But
Seems like a great guy. Do you know who he is?
No.
I gotta be honest. We don't really have any guesses for anyone else at this point. Like
wait.
It's so hard to look at someone with a mustache and not think about someone with a mustache. Do you know what I mean?
So funny.
That's a challenge for me.
Maybe a good disguise then is just like that's the strategy for next season is get a mustache. And
wait, I want to say really quick about Danny too before we go to HUD super quick. I wanted to say another guess I had for Danny was Bad Bunny before. So I thought it was Bad Bunny, but I think Mark Anthony is kind of similar in some ways, so maybe it was kind of close. But I was thinking that.
Yeah. Okay. And Mackenzie, only woman left this season.
Girl
we love Mackenzie.
Power.
Mackenzie's awesome. I love Mackenzie.
She's got to keep trucking. We need her to get to the end, man.
I think she could, Loki. I think Mackenzie could win Loki.
And remind her about the bedroom situation. She's alone. You know what I mean? Think about it. Like,
is that a disadvantage?
Yeah, I would say it's at least anxiety inducing, right? That everyone's
never had to
having
do that.
conversations without you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Totally.
Do you think that Shane has actually figured her out and has like, do you think he's gonna figure it out, or is he gonna start pulling in and people to help him with the clue?
Wait, do you remember? I think that Shane. I want to say Shane. I think Shane might be the best player.
Oh, Shane is killing it in like everything he says. I believe.
Yeah, like Shane was like, I remember last episode, we watched this last night. Shane was like, if you guys pick me to guess, I'm just going to guess Mackenzie. I know it 100%. Do you want Mackenzie gone? Like, he said it like just so matter of fact. Like, they were like, no, we don't really.
Yeah.
So they just like,
but then it cuts to his interview.
Like, it's crazy.
But then it cuts to his interview and he's like, oh, I actually don't know
I love
who
that.
she is. And I'm like, wow, I really did believe you know who she is. So
yeah, I think Shane might be the strongest player.
He's playing hard.
What do you feel about his chicken on a chain?
Yeah. Hugo, would you get a necklace like that for Olivia?
This is so funny.
That's romantic.
I think he is selling them. I would definitely get one to support him.
Do you think it's a
where
clue?
do we go?
On his Instagram whenever he's revealed.
When you know who it is, go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also go on my Instagram too.
But
what are you selling?
Oh, we actually are gonna start selling.
We actually are selling something, and I wanted to bring this up to you guys because me and Olivia, the only famous showmance, I'm saying.
Yeah, hype it
up.
Yes.
Me and Olivia are kind of combining both of our interests, and we are starting something. Because so many people ask us, like, people like DM us all the time, and we want more stuff from you guys to see you together more.
Yeah, what is it?
We're actually starting a brand. It's called All You, and the Instagram is All You Global, and it's a clothing brand that we're working on together. We've been working very hard. We're going to work with lots of really cool people too to model it, like big celebrities and stuff.
Athletic wear, gym wear. So it's combining like Hugo's love for the gym, my love for fashion. I think it's going to be really awesome.
Yeah. Tell us about the name, All You.
Yeah. So All You is when you're in the gym and you're hyping something up. You're like, it's all you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But we're going to kind of combine the fitness niche with Olivia's like really interesting fashion and streetwear stuff.
Yes.
And then also use all of our cool people that we've met from the show and just our lives kind of to work together and build this really cool brand together. So we have some secret stuff coming out, but we're really excited and it's really fun to work with each other on it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about All You.
This is exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting.
And you both have you both have swag. You know what I mean? Like you both have like unique style, but like I seeing it come together, that's really fun.
Yeah, it's also been really fun just to like partake in something that you can put so much like intentionality behind it. We're really talking about like building community with it and like just promoting a lot of positivity with it. And it's really fun to know that at the end of the day, we're going to make something like you can physically hold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And this is our first time talking about it, like pretty much publicly.
Almost an exclusive.
Yeah, but we're doing lots of really big, really cool stuff with it soon. So it's kind of our sneak preview, but yeah.
We were really like, can we send something to Simone Biles? Like, is that possible?
Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing everything.
Yeah, well, if you want to sponsor me and Jenny,
we're
ready to go.
Yeah.
We would love to.
After this, we'll connect to your address.
We'll send you stuff. It's gonna be super high quality. We're gonna make it like super. We're gonna do it big. I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Jenny, what else for Olivia and Hugo?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I would love to know how much you're keeping in touch with everyone. I'm sure that your cast just loved that, something so beautiful came from the show. And I think it's very unique that, in a show where the main, I mean, a lot of reality shows, the purpose, you're playing a game where you have to maybe withhold some information or lie to people or hold things back. But the very like nature of Claim to Fame is about hiding things about your identity because if it gets guessed, you are out of the game. So I think that it's very like, beautiful how the two of you managed to learn things about each other and while not being able to fully, share who you are. And like I'm sure the post-show experience was probably like just getting to know each other all over again. But are you guys close with anyone else from the cast? Obviously, you guys are close.
My best friends are JR and Gabriel, and I love them for life. You know what I'm saying? JR and Gabriel are boys, and I love them forever. You know what I'm saying? I talk to them. I just love them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also live really close to JR in Atlanta, so that's like my
right.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
JR after the show, so sweet.
They're the JR and Gabriel are the best, and I also. But I think we talked to probably Mama Jada a lot.
I was gonna say Jada. I'd probably have to Jada the most. Honestly, you know what's funny? Jada and maybe even more Carly. I am in having communication with Carly. I think she's great. She's so funny.
Season 3 is not going to be close like this. I feel.
No, they don't have. It doesn't seem like they're friends like you guys were. Like they really.
I know. I feel like maybe part of it was because I don't know.
I think a big part of it was definitely filming time. I do know they had faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe the show evolving too, where now you kind of before you go in, you're coming to win now, so you kind of don't care about the win.
I mean,
Olivia, we have this with Survivor too. Sometimes the Survivor seasons, they like this last cast, they did not get along after the show.
No. Yeah. This last season, there was so much drama after the show.
Venus.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my, Venus is like, well, I'm gonna air out what's his
Q. I love Q.
I'm gonna air out what Q did, and all of us are like, I literally have chills talking about it. Like,
wow,
so much drama.
Intense.
Survivor has drama, but it's usually not like I don't know, teenage like drama. But this ending was very like high school like.
It's like, the new era.
She said,
I love that.
My God.
I love that. I love the drama.
It's crazy.
I love the drama.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we have to start to wrap up, Olivia and Hugo, but really appreciated you making some time to talk with us about Claim to Fame. This was super fun.
So
and if you ever want to talk about Survivor, Big Brother, you know where to find us.
Yeah.
I will. Can I ask you guys one question really quick?
Sure.
Can I get who were your winner picks this season for this season?
Oh, did we do winner picks? I really I thought Naomi was like once, like especially after Gracie Lou went home, like that's it. But then it turns out Shane knew her clue.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. She seemed like she was rolling.
And very knowledgeable. Like clearly someone you wanted to be close with, but not too close. You know what I mean? Like
it's two things. You have to know people, and you also have to have a relative that nobody else really knows.
Yeah.
But I also think social game plays a part here because you can see what happens when people start to get pissed off with each other and they're like, I'm throwing you to the wolves, like you're gonna be the guesser, I'm not giving you information. And it can also help you, like Adam being responsible for taking out the biggest player in the game because HUD wanted to help him. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like
and then Adam being like, my boy HUD. I'm like, oh my God, like you're crazy.
I think HUD is underrated player. My winner pick is HUD or Shane, but I think HUD could maybe win in the end, which would be hype. So
mine is Shane, I think, at this stage, but I can see a situation for pretty much anyone who's left. Maybe not Danny. I'm worried for Danny, which makes me sad because he's my favorite.
I think Shane's
but like Adam, what if Adam just no one figures out who he is? And that's
I would love how insane that would be. I think
he's guaranteed to go far.
I'm there for how insane that.
He's going far.
Yeah. He's got to get through his clue being opened. That's really true. Like so you could be cruising and they open your clue and then that's it. Okay. But Olivia and Hugo, we're waiting to hear more about all you, and where do we go to find out? Instagram?
Yes, it's at all you global, And this is the sneak peek, but we're going to be doing very, very big things that's going to be super exciting.
Yeah.
Is it YOU or is it just the letter U?
Yeah.
It's ALLYOUGLOBAL.
Perfect.
Okay.
All
right.
Thanks, you guys. So nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you both so much. And then Jenny, what's coming up for you?
Nothing. We're just we're continuing the claim to fame coverage. I think we only have a couple episodes left. I think they're doing a shorter
we don't know how many
season
episodes
here.
are left.
I think
Do
it's 8.
you? Do you know?
I think it's 8. Like 8 total.
There's final 3,
There's two left, right?
I
This was
saw
5.
Yeah, we're down to 5. There's no way they can do another 5 episodes. And I'm pretty sure I saw descriptions up to episode 7, and the sound of episode 7 sounds like it might be the penultimate episode. So it's moving fast, but we're having a great time over there. So make sure.
I want to see if they bring you back for the finale again.
That's what I've been wondering, because that plays a big part, I feel like, in how it can end.
I'm excited.
If you know someone and if no one knows anyone and you get to the end, I think the drama is like trying to convince people to tell you who's who. So I think
that was so fun.
Okay.
That's what you get at him.
We'll see how it all turns out. You can subscribe to our claim to fame coverage. Go to robbinswebsite.com/fame feed or hit subscribe here on YouTube. We love to hear your comments as well. Hugo and Olivia, thank you again so much. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Love you guys. Love you
Have a
guys so
great
much.
day,
You guys are awesome.